Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for Three Blind Men and an Elephant, and today I want to talk about tripods. In this instance, most especially the three-legged thing, Anarchy, Punks, Brian. The name of the thing is longer than my recommendation, which is get one. But before I go into detail, just a reminder that through the end of December, you can enter our lighting giveaway. Please check for details down below in the show notes underneath this video. Okay, now, those of you who have followed me for a while know that for years, my favorite travel tripod was a carbon fiber Gitzo Mountaineer Sport Mark II, the 1128, with Arca Swiss ball head. I have it to this very day, one of those pieces of kit that you keep for a lifetime. You may also know that my daily driver for video for, I don't know, a decade, something like that, has been Cartoni. But in downsizing several years ago from a Canon 5D Mark II and the Holy Trinity L-zooms to a Sony a6300 and Panasonic GH5, the Cartoni became overkill. You can argue that it was always overkill, even though, no, not always. I've never figured out how to get a smooth pan on the Gitzo, and using a slider on the Gitzo really was never in the cards. Still, I found myself turning again and again to the Gitzo, especially for interviews where dynamic camera movement, for us anyway, was never a primary or even secondary consideration, with which of course you may disagree, and I understand. But with time, especially when it came to location interviews, even the Gitzo started to feel more than I needed, especially with that Arca Swiss head. More than I needed and more than I wanted. Suddenly too big. Too heavy. I couldn't carry it comfortably in my Peak Design 20L backpack when making day trips to New York City, and couldn't quite fit it into my carry-on roller for trips farther afield. Europe, California. At least not with detaching the head. Now, the Manfrotto B-Free series seemed promising until I actually tried one with a Sony a7R III in pixel shift mode, and I found it just wasn't steady enough in the field. At Whippy back in April, I came across German company FLM and their CP26 carbon fiber compact tripod. That soon became our new go-to. It reminded me of nothing so much as my Gitzo, just as stable, almost, if not quite as well built, but very, very close. Same height, and had the added benefits of A, fitting to my Titan roller with head where the Gitzo could not, B, easier carrying in the Peak Design 20L, and C, non-rotating legs, meaning a simple quarter-turn twist of the locks at the same time on a single leg, would release all legs simultaneously, making it faster to set up and take down. And that was that, until one of you, a member of our YouTube community, recommended I look into three-legged things. So, thank you. Fast forward to Photokina in September, where I got to see a Punks Brian travel tripod with Airhead Neo ball head, and decided then and there that I really did need to check it out, and I'm glad I did. The Brian is essentially a mashup of the FLM and the B-Free, to my way of thinking, with a number of tricks and pricing that set it apart from both. That is, if you treat number as a singular. Well, one, while not as robust or stable as the FLM, the Brian is better on both counts than the Manfrotto. In fact, I've been using the Brian here in the Batcave with a Panasonic G9 for product shots, taking advantage of the pixel shift mode of the G9 and the stability of the Brian to really up our product shot game. I still might opt for the FLM in the field under windy conditions, but short of that, the Brian is great. 2. The Brian can go substantially higher than any of the tripods I've mentioned. Yeah. Using a two-stage center column to reach a maximum height of 74.6 inches, compared to the B-Free's 59.1 and the FLM's 56, which, by the way, is essentially identical to my Gitzo with the Arca Swiss ball head. This is really great for standing interviews at industry trade shows or when setting up a multicam shoot with interesting angles. 3. Even with that height, it folds smaller than the Gitzo with the Arca Swiss ball by just about 6 inches, down to what I measure as 16 3/4, giving up about an inch compared to the shorter FLM and perhaps half inch or 3/4 of an inch to the B-Free. 4. The Brian is, okay, 8 ounces heavier than the B-Free, but at 49.4 ounces, it's still just about a pound lighter than the FLM's 63.9, which is a big deal when carrying it around all day in a backpack, and even lighter compared to the Gitzo with Arca Swiss Z1 ball head's 66.5 ounces. 5. But that extra weight allows the Brian a surprisingly hefty load capacity. 31 pounds versus the B-Free's 17.6 and the FLM's 26.5. 6. Like the FLM and unlike my Gitzo, all the Brian needs is a quarter turn to the locks to loosen or tighten them, and the legs don't rotate freely, so it sets up and packs down faster than the Gitzo, about as fast as the FLM with its similar reverse fold, and in fact about as fast as the B-Free with lever locks, which is to say, it's fast. 7. With the Brian, you can detach one leg, attach the center column to it, and voila! Now you have a tall, lightweight monopod, even if it doesn't fold down as neatly as the full tripod. 8. At $299, the Brian is an Andrew Jackson, soon to be Harriet Tubman, $20. Less expensive than the B-Free, and just about half the price of the FLM, never mind the Gitzo. And finally, 9. We like supporting smaller companies, and we love the UK, which is Three-Legged Things Global HQ and where the Brian is designed. It is manufactured in China, which is why it can be priced so aggressively. Still, I wish I could find a truly compact and truly fluid video head appropriately sized and weighted for the Brian or FLM CP26. You can get a video head for the B-Free, which really doesn't do it for me. The Benro S2 really doesn't do it for me either. And although Gitzo does have a new compact fluid head coming soon, I don't know when soon really is, and it's $320 for the head alone. Well, until then, that's it, I think. Three-Legged Things Brian is a tripod, just about perfect for mirrorless shooters in most any situation, save mounting a slider on it alone or having a stonkin' big super telephoto. But with that load limit, it is good even for sports shooting with something like Fujifilm's new 200mm f2 attached to a gimbal mount, and will likely be our next purchase to complement the excellent FLM CP26 we already have. Which, I guess in the end, is also a long-winded way of saying, this is yet another reason why, though I love what one can do with full-frame cameras, for us crop sensor cameras like the GH5 and A6300 still make more sense as our workaday shooters. Everything, all else being equal, is lighter, smaller, and less expensive. In this case, they allow us to eliminate the distinction between travel tripod and go-to tripod and reap the benefits therein. I like that. If you like what you've seen here today, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, join the conversation below. You guys continue to be just incredible, knowledgeable, inspiring, funny. I mean, you're a joy, truly. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Grab one or both of our new Hold That Thought t-shirts you wanted us to put up at our new 3BMEPthreadless.com store. Support our work by using our affiliate links down below in the show notes, dropping us coffee money via our PayPal link down below in the show notes, or even better than that, we invite you to become a patron of our work over at Patreon. Link down below. We've created our Patreon page because we are stoked to bring you not only gear reviews, but with our What Were You Thinking and Good World Gone Bad series, historical, educational, artistic morsels, and longer form conversations, not interviews, with world-class photographers, curators, gallery owners, keepers of the legacy, folks like Elliot Irwitt, Anya Sear, Mark Lubell, Ethylene Staley, and friends like Brian Smith, Paul Giroux, Nino Rakicevic, and more. We'd really like you to join us to deliver this kind of content regularly. Your support on Patreon will really help us ramp it up. In which case, as always, we thank you for it. That's it. For Three Blind Men and an Elephant, I'm Hugh Brownstone. See you next time. In this instance, most especially the three-legged thing, Anarchy, Punks, Brian.